Hello, everyone. We will be getting started in just 1 minute. We will allow a minute or two for everyone to be able to log in, all of those that are registered. So we want to give them an opportunity to perhaps turn on their audio, fix their screens, kind of do everything to get comfortable in their kitchen. So hopefully you all have your items and are prepared to cook with Fee today with Chef Fee. And don't worry if you are viewing to take notes and not maybe you're not in a position to actually do the cooking at this time. Don't worry, we will post the replay on our website. So we're excited to have you guys. And like I said, we're going to give everyone about another second or so that they can get prepared and get properly set up so that they're able to participate. We have the honor today of being graced with Chef B. She is going to be a true joy to be with. And so we're super excited and we're looking forward to this webcast on today. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we will, toward the end, we will take Q&A and we will do our best to answer as many questions as possible. And as always, if we are not able to answer your question live here on the webcast, if we're not able to do it here on the webcast, we will most definitely, we will email you your answers, or we'll call you or reach out, or whatever the case may be. We'll make sure that you get those answers taken care of. So just give me a quick second. Let me take care of some housekeeping items and we'll be ready to get started. I'm excited today. Okay, welcome to the July 29th, 2020 version episode of Ask the Expert. We are glad to be here with you all. Let me turn my camera on so you can see who is doing all the talking. I am just going to be an introductory host on today. We are going to turn it over to Chef B in just a little bit. And this is going to be something different. If you guys have been tuning in each week, we generally just have an interview session where we kind of talk to some experts and we get some great information. Well, today we decided to do it a little different. We are going to actually have a tutorial on cooking today. So if you're young and you don't know how to cook, this is an opportunity. Or if you've been cooking a while and you want something new to do, this is going to also be an opportunity for you as well. So we are going to dive right in and we are going to bring on Chef Fee. And just before I bring her up, let me do this real quick. Let me tell you a little bit about why we're here and how we ended up here. We are the AK Legacy Foundation. We are a nonprofit organization that we like to bring information to our community. And doing so, we oftentimes will get with experts that we normally wouldn't be able to speak with due to whatever the case is. And so what we thrive on is bringing experts to the table putting them before our community of viewers and giving them an opportunity to either learn information, learn how to do something, how to make changes. And so we go through that process by asking the experts to come on, and they have been so gracious and so kind throughout the last few weeks. I think our first episode was in April. So we are here now, about to be August, guys. Saturday is August. So if you haven't learned anything new in 2020, shame on you. We have about 5 months left in this year, 5 to 6 months left in this year. So it is our goal and our mission to continue to bring experts on so that they can share information with you and share knowledge with you and give you guys an opportunity to learn new things. So go to our website, check us out. We are always sharing. It is a safe place, and we are seeking donations because we have our youth business summit coming up. So if you have a young person aged 7 through 17, we're going to be doing a business expo for them, those that have businesses or those that would like to start a business. So we encourage you guys to visit the website and check us out. So let me make sure that we got everybody situated and on, and that we have no interruptions. I put my phone on silent. Can y'all believe it? And I'm gonna turn it over. Because anybody that knows me knows that I'm on watch. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about our expert for today. She doesn't like being called a celebrity chef, but that is what she is. She's just a humble person. And she's like, just call me Fee. I said, well, we can call you Chef Fee. How about that? We got to put a little title on that. But Miles Monroe said something so very profound. He said, great leaders have no title. So the greater you are, you don't necessarily have to have a title. He said, because your work will speak for you and you will lead. You're going to lead by example. So we're going to kind of just embrace that on today. She likes to be called Fee. I call her Chef Fee. I call her Felicia because she's my cousin. So I can kind of just call her by her whole government name, but I won't do it here on the show. I won't put her out there like that. So let me tell you a little bit about her. All right, we're gonna pull up her website. Hey guys, go to her website, subscribe. She is going to be putting some great new information out there. If you're a cook and you're just looking for some new items, you never know, she's gonna have a recipe spotlight. And so you wanna make sure you're following her on that, because oftentimes she'll put one of her prized possessions on there, and you wanna make sure that you're in the know. So this is her bio, and I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Celebrity chef Felicia Guimont is the owner and founder of OMG Cake, Southern Best Catering, LLC. Throughout between the two companies, she offers quality service, and that is such an understatement. She goes over and beyond. You know, she lives in Texas, and you know what they say about Texas? Everything is big in Texas. So when she has an event or she caters something, she does it on a grand scale, and she is just awesome. And not just with her food products and her services, but she does it with her heart. She has a big heart to match the state of Texas, and probably even bigger. So that is just an understatement for her. She started her catering company in 1997 with her team, and she was a lead team person at Texas Instruments. Y'all know Texas Instruments, you know, the calculator people. I have I actually know somebody that used to work there now. Okay, now she's a full-time chef. Felicia has a staff of 15, and she finds peace in the kitchen. I need her in my life. Don't you need her in your life? She finds peace in the kitchen, you know. Okay, anyway, that's a whole nother story. All right, so she has a staff of 15, and as it is her safe haven. Growing up in Mississippi, Felicia learned how to cook from her Aunt Shug. Now, y'all know Aunt Shug could cook, especially if she was from Mississippi, so you gotta taste her food. From that time to now, Felicia has been a driving force by healing people with her food and taking them back to their childhood with their taste. Felicia's goal with her food is to bring families back to the table, one meal at a time. That is so awesome. She's not just cooking meals for a paid service, but she's also feeding homeless. She's also inspiring others and sharing hope by sharing her food. You know, it's easy to have a conversation on a full stomach versus if you're hungry, I really can't hear you because I'm hungry. So she believes in bringing the families back to the table, getting everybody fed, getting everybody calm, and then having that opportunity for open dialogue. So we really appreciate that about her. And I know a lot of what I'm saying is not in the bio because I'm speaking what I know. I'm speaking what I have experienced throughout the years. I think I started hanging out with her, I think in 2012. And guys, she has been a positive impact on my family. And so I'm just so excited. So anyway, Felicia finds comfort in giving to others, and she does so freely, too freely, because as her manager, I get on her about that, but that's okay. We won't even get into that. I hope she heard me while she in there playing in them pots. She gives away so freely. Over the last few years, she has sponsored several organizations and their events in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She has a fondness for giving back to nonprofit, of course, because she's here. She's given her time and her services here on our show, and organizations that exist in the homeless. She has a heart for the homeless and children organization and those suffering from domestic violence. I pray that you all will be on here next week. We're gonna have, over the next couple of weeks in August, we're gonna have several episodes that deal with those type of topics, domestic violence and homelessness. So guys, stay tuned in, share the webcast with others. We're gonna have some great shows lined up for you guys in August. So what I wanna do, I wanna bring Chef Fee on, and any other announcements or anything like that, if we get a chance, we'll do it at the end. If not, we're gonna turn it over to Chef Fee, and she is going to take it away at this moment. Chef Fee, it's all you.
Hi, everybody. This is Chef Felicia Guimont. So you can see my face. How are y'all doing today? I put a bandana on because, you know, sometimes you have hair on or you be walking around and it be all over the place. So I try to contain, when I'm in the kitchen, I don't like to have things going on as far as being in the way. I am serious about what I'm serious about, and the kitchen is my place of peace for real. So hopefully you all got your ingredients. A lot of times people watch people cook, and sometimes it's good for you to actually go along and ask questions. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually just preparing my my vegetables. On there you actually see 2 jalapenos. Now, if you don't like hot food, you don't have to do all those jalapenos, okay? So what I do is I just go ahead and I'll show you how thin I do mine. This is how thin I sliver mine. And I chop them up because when you make the marinade, you want to make sure all the ingredients are incorporated properly. You do not have to use a whole jalapeno. And you see I have gloves on because even if you touch your face, jalapenos burn. So a few minutes ago, I thought I splattered some juice in my face, so I had to stop. So all I'm doing now is preparing my jalapenos, and I'll show you what that looks like when I finish chopping. I did take the time to actually go through and do a few things, measure up a few things. You do have the actual ingredients, but your most important thing is to know your temperatures when you're cooking your meat, because I want no one, if you're using chicken, I want no one to get E. coli, and I don't want anybody to get any other type of, you know, hepatitis or anything, because hepatitis A comes with seafood. So you got to kind of be careful with what you're doing, and you kind of don't want to cross-contaminate, because if you could cook one thing at one temperature and the other at the other, you want to kind of make sure you stay within range. So I have diced up my vegetables, and I'll show you in a moment what they look like. When we did a cooking party with the group that I'm in a program called Cardiac Fit. When we did that, it was really fun because I was like, what you doing? Let me see your food. And I see most of you all may be doing some things, and I'm really supposed to be concentrating because I got a knife. But you'll see what my ingredients look like. You see it? I know you can see a little bit of it, okay? Know you all may be working, doing some things. I'm not trying to be nosy, but I do kind of want to see who's on. But this is what we're doing. We're actually getting our ingredients ready, okay? So I have my jalapenos where they need to be. Next, I have cilantro. I'm gonna keep a few off because you know when we do our plates and everything, you kind of want your plate to be a little pretty when you actually do some work. So I'm actually going to pull off a few. I know we're doing a bunch, but I'm just gonna pull off a few of these from my plate. And actually, I'm going to chop up just the top portion. This is all I do. The top portion of my cilantro, so I can get it prepared for the marinade. The marinade is very important to me. You know why it's important to me? Because once you taste that salmon or that chicken or whatever kind of fish or whatever you've done it with, you'll understand those flavors are really intense and good. So the more you chop up your cilantro, the more flavors and juices come out, y'all. So I'm actually just dicing them up, and I'll show you what it looks like when I dice it up. Okay. Any knife will work as long as you have a sharpener, you're all right. And I just had to sharpen mine because I've been cutting everything with my knife. So hopefully everybody's able to hear me. If Candy chimes in and say yes, I'll be okay. Because I want to make sure you all are able to hear me. Candy has entered. Okay, somebody said Candy Martin has entered. And I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Okay. So this is how fine it is. Okay. That's so you'll know. So I have the majority of my ingredients already done. My juice, and I'm going to tell you what I like. I do have limes. I do have limes here that I chopped up during the session, you know, while she was talking. I do have limes, but I like key lime. So you could do lime juice, fresh lime juice, or key lime. And they do have the key limes in the store. They're the smaller limes. So I'm actually going to go ahead and mix up my ingredients to toss. I think I'm going to use this. My little bowl I'll put over here. Okay. We have our 1/3 cup of lime juice. We have our cilantro and our jalapeno. And since I'm finished with this, I'll move it out of the way. Get it all in there. This is your family. Let me wipe my hands a little. Because I'll see that cilantro and go crazy. Have a little more juice in there. And I think I did get some jalapeno by me. You have, I'm going to tell you something. I really have to say this. I know a lot of people are sight seasoners. You know what a sight seasoner is? A sight seasoner is someone who will shake up, just shake by sight. Sometimes when we say 1/4 of a teaspoon or a teaspoon of something for that many pieces, let me tell you what kosher, because I use kosher salt. The sodium level is 480 milligrams for 1/4 of a teaspoon. So you know to make a whole teaspoon, that's 4 1/4. So calculate. We have to control our sodium levels. So if I say 1 teaspoon, watch the sodium level. If you have something like Himalayan salt, I think I have pea salt. Pea salt is here, and they don't even have a nutritional value. I do have a Himalayan pink salt, but I'm allergic. So since I'm eating, I'm gonna do my kosher salt. So if you have another seasoning, like I'm gonna give you an example of one. 210 is on the actual Creole seasoning. I like that. And there's a blackening seasoning that I get every once in a while. It's 75. So you select properly. This is not high in sodium. This one is lower than salt. So if you have to season, don't use salt and seasoning salt. Try to use one of the seasonings with lower sodium, okay? And the lime, it'll kind of break down some things, but you want low sodium. You need some lower sodium. So like I say, sometimes I use the blackened, and I use Cajun only because the sodium level for 1/4 teaspoon is lower. These are my BFFs, so y'all know what BFFs. When I can find them, I love these, okay? So I am using kosher salt today, okay? Putting the kosher salt in. Candy, hopefully you're over there working.
I'm doing a little something. I'm doing a little something.
You doing a little something?
Yep.
Okay.
I need those fancy little dishes like you got.
These are actually for, I use for class, and you can actually use them for now. I wouldn't say use them for soup because of this metal, that bad boy gets hot. But it's a cute little bowl if you want to discipline yourself for a little meal, or, you know, your acai bowls or whatever you're doing in the morning. These bowls, I found them actually at Fiesta. They had different sizes. So they were real cheap, probably $2 and something. So, you know, that's what I did. So I have my onions. Hopefully you chopped them. If you haven't chopped them, hopefully you cheap chopped. Let me tell you what a cheap chop is. A cheap chop is when you go to the store and they already got it chopped up for you. But since COVID, you like, who chopped it up? You know, I'm just being real about it. Sometimes you want to know who chopped my stuff up. Okay, I am allergic to honey, but the sweetener that I decided to use, I do have honey over here. It's like an apple syrup, and I found that at Walmart. It's something new they have at Walmart. So it's just a little sweetener. You can use coconut sugar, and then I do have a brown sugar swerve, okay? So I might put a little bit in there to give it a little bit of sweetening because I did not use honey. Sorry, I'm allergic. So if I'm gonna eat it, I need it. Just gonna break off a little piece because I'm not even gonna lie to you, this stuff gets like real sugar. So I'm actually forcing the sweetness by a healthier way, okay? Like I said, I have apple syrup, and then it's like a natural apple nectar syrup. And then I'm doing a little bit of a swerve brown sugar. That's what I'm doing. You can do honey if you are not allergic. I am allergic, so.
That's a lot. I'm tired, Felicia.
Candy, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. You better not be tired. So you see the ingredients are already mixed up. You see how they're mixed up, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I've already pre-seasoned some, I did a little pre-seasoning. You don't have to have it because the lime and everything is actually, you know, the flavor's already gonna be there. But I put that little low sodium in there. So I do have some salmon pieces. I am just going to funnel up that seasoning, and so you know, you don't always just have to have what's on the recipe. You can use chicken. I actually went and got some perch fillets because unlike catfish, you know, everybody has their stories about catfish. I fry some, you can air fry whatever, make some perch instead of catfish and watch what you feel. You're gonna be like, oh yes, I love it. So
Felicia,
what you doing, huh?
we got a question. How much honey?
A teaspoon is on the recipe, but you can gauge it because some people like that Jamaican sweet type, you know, that Caribbean type sweet. So it should be a teaspoon on the recipe. And what you do is let it marinate. So if you had an opportunity, hopefully you let it marinate. Now I'm cooking it so you can see. So you can see what's going on. You see what my salmon looks like? And I'm gonna show you my perch. Now, don't be afraid of perch. I'm gonna tell you how I pull a stink out. There's a stink to perch. I don't understand the stink. But when I'm actually gonna air fry, or, you know, I cheap fry, because every once in a while I indulge after that gastric bypass. This is what my perch looks like. But it's gonna soak for just a few minutes. Because I need to cook it for you. I have 2 separate pans so I can control the temperature of each one, okay? Because I've been touching stinky fish, I'll go ahead and, I got some gloves over here. Change my gloves out.
Felicia,
Huh?
you should see Miss Tanya. Can you see her? She's in her kitchen. She got her apron on.
Hey, Miss Tanya! Come through, Miss Tanya. Oh, I don't see you, Candy. Where you at?
I got my camera off. I'm working.
You need to put your camera on. We need to see. When I do the cardiac fit party, we see each other, okay? Don't be up there hiding because I don't know if you're doing nothing, okay? I'm just saying. So usually when I'm actually cooking my fish, okay, and I got some other ingredients and I'll tell you what those are today in a minute afterwards, because there are several ways you can eat this fish. Find you a good green, because you have green in it anyway. You could do something yellow like grilled squash. I'm going to do it 2 ways today. I actually pre-roasted some broccoli, and all I did was tossed it in like a garlic butter. I usually toss it in grapeseed oil if I have that. I don't, if you do an olive oil, do pure olive oil. That's the heating olive oil. The extra virgin olive oil is for salads, making salads and all. So be careful with the oils you use, okay? So what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna kind of pan sear it, I do have a coconut oil that I'm gonna use. If you're allergic to coconut, what I'm gonna suggest is grapeseed. I don't know too many people allergic to grapes.
Felicia, I'm working.
I don't believe it until I see you.
You can see.
Okay, you better have pure olive oil and not no extra virgin. You know better than that.
I didn't read all that. All I saw was olive oil. So now you're gonna make me read when I go shopping.
It didn't say extra virgin.
I
It just said olive oil.
Anyway,
Okay, I'm not gonna fight with you today.
we're not gonna be fighting on the TV.
Okay, but you know I love you though.
And look at my salmon. I marinated mine overnight.
Oh, that's pretty. I don't see no. Where's your vegetables? So you marinate. I don't see nothing on there.
My lime juice.
Where's the other stuff? You're supposed to marinate it and everything. Okay, I'll let you make.
Teach these people how to cook. You know how we do. Oh, that's so pretty, Tanya. I gotta.
What's she doing? Let me see, Tanya. Let me see. Great job, Tanya. Oh, girl, you got yours real good. I need to come over there.
Tanya, we're gonna have to bless you with some Chef Feed Crave Life gear. So she'll tell us a little bit about that at the end. So
will I? Go ahead. What you want to do is put your heat on medium when you're actually cooking this. This is not gonna take long at all. At all, it's not gonna take long. So you'll have enough for Q&A, and then you'll see me actually plating up. So when we put it on the stove, all I'm doing is letting my heats get hot. You know, my stove, my pans get hot. I chose one that I'm gonna tell you where I find it. I'm not gonna lie to you. People buy pots and pans, but I got this pan from Family Dollar for $12. It's a copper, but the inside of it is blue. I don't know what type of material they got on this, but this bad boy don't barely stick on nothing. It does really good. So you know I had to get 2. Because usually I'm going out and cooking for my clients, and I have to make sure I have the right skillets and pots and pans to do what I need to do. And if I'm sitting up here scraping on your pan and all that, I usually take what I need. So this is convenient for me to take. So all I'm doing is heating up on a medium temperature. Sometimes you know it's ready because I kind of throw a piece of vegetable in my pans. When you hear it sear, just one little piece won't hurt. Then you know it's ready. Let me go get my thermometer.
y'all, she has been so modest, and maybe next time she'll make us some desserts and ship them to us in advance so that we can have desserts afterwards. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for a friend.
You doing too much. Talking about what? Y'all know somewhere candy. I'm gonna turn my temperature on 7. This stove I'm trying to get used to because I had to get me another one so I can do my baking. So, like I said, if you chose or if you opted to do something like chicken, what you want to do is make sure you're cooking your chicken 5 to 7 minutes. When you do your salmon, 4 minutes, at least 4 minutes without moving it, touching it. When people say, well, my salmon tore, oh my God, it tore. It tore because you moved it. Leave it alone. We have timers on our phones. We have timers on our microwaves. We have timers on our ovens. There's no excuse for you not to be able to leave it alone. So since I'm doing fish, and I hear that sizzle, y'all, so I'm gonna pull it down just a little bit because I don't want no noise when I pull it in here. Let me take it down to 6. I usually use my burners, which I have it over there as a 911. So you see how pretty it is? I'm telling you what lime juice does for I don't know if you've had ceviche or anything like that. You know, it partially cooks the salmon. And I usually, when I have skin on, it's a clean skin, I cook with the skin side down. My husband likes the skin.
So what if you have, what if we're using the skinless?
You find you can do the side where the skin lives. You know which side the skin was on. So you could actually do any side. All you're doing is trying to control. And your ingredients, they're okay going inside of your skillet while you're cooking. I'm doing the perch next. I have 2 pans going.
I applaud you. You're cooking 2 different kinds. I'm trying to work with this one pot at a time. So my hat off to you.
One time. What you mean? I'm doing 2 different fish. I want all that sound in my skillet.
Anybody that knows me know I constantly wash my hands when I'm cooking. I don't know.
You see, I put my gloves on. I changed gloves again. So if you have a timer, put it on 4 minutes. The reason why is because sometimes we have family that can distract us, our phones. I put my phone on my actual notifications on silent, uninterrupted, do not disturb. Because as soon as I start doing something, people are calling me. If you all have questions, and I got a surprise for us as far as our meal is concerned. I did it a little bit different because I wanted to make sure I had healthier selections for my husband, who we found out was diabetic, but he's in the monitored state. So he loves potatoes. The only thing he's getting from me is this cut roasted potato. I took a sweet potato and I cut it. And when I cut it, I actually put coconut oil. I put coconut sugar, and I put Saigon cinnamon. The Saigon cinnamon usually looks like this, and I actually got this from Ross. So any type of cinnamon you want to use, and I'm
sorry, I got sidetracked when I heard you say
this is Saigon cinnamon I used on the potato. I'm gonna show you all, but I got the cinnamon from Ross.
That is like one of my favorite stores. Shout out.
Yeah, if it's one of your favorite stores, go to the aisle where they have the seasoning, or on the front where they have the seasoning, and you'll have some great things. If you were in this kitchen, or if you're in your own kitchen cooking, you have an aroma coming up that's just, I'm sorry, it's amazing. I like the smell that's going on in my nostrils right now.
Yes, and I didn't eat breakfast, so I could make sure I eat this.
Can you smell it though?
It smells delicious. Let me unmute Tanya. Tanya, how's it going over there?
Okay, it's popping.
It's popping? What
Yes.
is your temperature on? You got it on 2?
Yeah.
And it's popping?
Yeah.
What kind of oil you use? What you say?
Avocado.
You say what oil?
Avocado.
Okay, that's why it's popping. Avocado pops and grapeseed sometimes pops. I don't have a lot of pop with the coconut oil.
Okay.
But that avocado and that walnut, because of the fats that's in there, for some reason, because you know the fat of bacon's gonna pop. So that fat, the fattier in that avocado is a good fat. So I have 1 minute left on mine, and this is what mine is looking like in the pan, y'all. Because I want all my vegetables to cook really well. You don't want to waste any of the vegetables you are marinating that salmon in or that chicken. Huh?
Oh,
I heard
that's
a baby.
that's Jonah.
That's who?
Jonah.
Oh, sorry, she got my phone. Okay, bye.
Tell Terry to stay on there. She needs to learn how to cook. So that's one of the things you want to do is you want to make sure you leave it alone, just cooking for at least 4 minutes, okay? The lemon juice already started the cooking. I'm sorry, the lime juice already started the cooking process. People don't even know that. Lime juice, that's why people eat so much ceviche, because the lime actually can cook, they think it can cook that raw seafood. My timer has gone off. It's time to flip, y'all. And I just have this is my little fish spatula. I like these. You can find them anywhere. Home Goods probably has one. I got mine from one of the restaurant stores.
Felicia,
Yeah.
what's a good substitute for butter?
I'll show you right now because I'm right by, and as soon as I flip this meat, this non-meat meat, I'll show you right quick.
Okay, because I'm making for my side dish cauliflower and broccoli.
What you do, if you grow cauliflower and broccoli, you don't need butter, you need oil. So you need grapeseed oil, or you can use the olive oil that you have. But
Okay.
that's all you need. Don't put too much on there. All you want to do is toss it. What are you doing, cauli rice? Candy.
No, we're gonna just have it served on the side.
Okay, here, I'll show you the butter substitute. If you need a butter and you want to go healthier, a little bit healthier, this is called Earth Balance, okay? It's soy-free. Better for you if you have anti-inflammatory issues. This is what I like. And I ain't lying, this stuff tastes like butter, but this is actually vegan. So when I tasted it the first time, and it's non-GMO, so it's not dangerous. When I tasted the first time, I was like, this butter, but no dairy is in here, but it's Earth Balance, okay? So if you need to get something, it actually does taste like it. But like I said, if you don't have to use butter, you don't need to. I don't use margarine. I go here for Earth Balance. This is what I use for my vegan and vegetarian clients and myself, because I'm vegetarian or pescatarian, because I have to eat fish. Did they have cans?
Yes.
You can get it from Walmart. You can get it from really any store, but I get soy-free because we have to watch soy when we have arthritis and all that. We have anti-inflammatory issues, and you want to try to avoid that, okay? Does anybody have any questions? They need to shoot the candy or anything? You see my skin? I'm comfortable in the skin I'm in.
A question. We have a question in the chat.
Okay.
What about the country clock? It now has a plant butter.
Okay, if they have a plant butter, that's your BFF. Okay, and if it tastes like butter, because let me tell you something. I can't believe it's not butter and country clock. That's me. But because I went more vegetarian, and now my husband wants to try plant-based or raw-based diets, then I've already been buying it. So if they have it, use it. If they say plant-based, but make sure you don't see soy in there, okay? That's the word you need to watch out for, because a lot of people are vegan. They're following people who do the vegan lifestyle, but there's one word in a lot of these products that you buy is soy. And if you have arthritis and any type of inflammatory issues, that's where you have to worry. You want to get most of the dairy you can out of your food, if you can. Now, I know we love our love, but if you can get the earth balance, you'll do your body some justice, okay? Soy-free is your word. It's like, let it set still.
I feel like I feel like a celebrity myself right about now.
Why you feel like a celebrity? Because you up there cooking and doing that thing?
Yeah, no, I mean, not a celebrity. I feel like a chef.
Well, you are a chef. Now, that's 8 minutes cook time on this fish. So if you gotten a good, it's not even gonna take, shouldn't take 20 minutes for your dish. But when you get ready to serve your food, you make sure you know you're gonna sit there and you're gonna tap your toes when you make a good meal. Spend the time on your meals, and what you making, if you're a single person, 2 people in the house, if you're making 4 pieces of fish, now I'm making a little bit more because they're like lunch and dinner. He comes in and asks me what we eating. He got some food to eat. I picked out, I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I tried to go smaller on our plates, smaller so we can control our portions. This is the one that my husband likes. You see how big this plate is? You see my head? You see how big this plate is? This is the plate my husband likes to eat in. We're not doing that. To control your portions, this is the type plate. Smaller plates, the better you feel. Now, just because it's small, I've seen people pile their plates up this high. I'm sitting up here like, why you get so much food? And you know, when you go to events, I laugh so hard because when you're actually scheduling events, you're paying for events, what's really funny is you buying the food and people do the food, F-O-O-L. And when I say it like that is they eat, and some try to fix their plate, and because they'll come and ask us for to-go boxes, and they try to cover it, and then they go back and get a real plate. That ain't even right, y'all. So when you even go purchase, you make sure you're getting like, don't get a 10 or 12 inch plate when you have an event. Get a 9 or 8 if you can. That makes people disciplined. Now you do have them family members that go that high piling, but you want to make sure everything is right, okay? My 4 minutes is up. Now I'm gonna tell you a secret to me cooking my fish. Now the perch may be done, but when I cook my fish, sometimes I get a little bit antsy in the mind, and I actually put it in the oven for a few more minutes, okay? Just so it can cook. But I'm going to plate one of the smaller pieces. I already turned the stove off, but the oven is on because remember what I told you all I made? Right now, one of the components is done. So that's just a sweet potato with coconut sugar. You see it? Saigon cinnamon and a little bit of coconut oil. And I put a little kosher salt, okay? I'm doing it 2 ways. I'm gonna do 2 different plates. I'm doing 2 different plates so you can see what it looks like. And I'm gonna get a knife because I'm cutting this. I got tomatoes.
Those of you that are at work or you're out and about and you're not able to be cooking at this time, we will post the replay on the website. It will be on the aklegacy.org website as well as our YouTube channel. And so I want to remind everyone and encourage everyone to follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe. And then also it'll be posted on Chef Fee website as well. So I'll make sure you guys get that information. I'm going to put it in the chat So if don't worry, but it does smell really good in here, y'all.
Okay. You see what I've done? You see the basics of a salad. This has butter bliss on there, a lettuce. It has arugula and spinach on here. You see everything I did to this salad. You see the salad?
Hey, Felicia, tell us what you told me the other day about the lettuce.
I know a lot of people, thank you for that, Candy, because I almost said that, but I had it in my mind to say it, but I just didn't. But let me turn this over because I'm blackening some pieces because I'm still cooking it. Hold on. Okay, everything is pretty much ready. Because I did put a blackening seasoning on here. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm doing, and I'm ready now. Okay, with the lettuce, the darker the leaves, the better. Okay. If you're not doing anything like you okay with butter bliss, romaine is fine, but don't go no lower. Don't go. Green leaf lettuce has a bitter taste, but salads really have no nutritional value unless you got those dark greens. Don't do anything iceberg. I know we love those for our different type like tacos and all that, but it doesn't hurt to cut up romaine. So nutritional value, the darker the leaves. So if you could do spinach, arugula, something like that. Kale, some people can't process kale. They can't have all those type, vitamins. And that it depends on their heart, because heart patients, you just have to be careful. But spinach and arugula, this makes a nice salad. You see the salad? This is what you can do with your salmon. One thing you can do, watch what else I do. I'm getting the same size plates, which is right here. I'm actually going to take one of the sweet potatoes. Okay, I with the sweet potatoes. I'm walking out because I'm moving to the other thing now. See what I did? I put the roasted sweet potato, I put some asparagus tips, and I put roasted broccoli on there. You see this?
It looks delicious.
So when my husband comes, and you see, all I did was laid the actual, and I'll leave this because I'll take a picture of it. I laid the actual, you see this plate? This is a healthier plate. It has the salmon, has the roasted broccoli, has the asparagus, and a sweet potato, okay? If you have greenery and cilantro, this is all you're doing to your plate. You see how easy that was? These are healthy plates that you can have and experience in your life. Now the dressing I'm gonna put on here, real easy to make, but I bought mine. And it is, it's a cilantro congita. So you know that's cheese. That's because I like it. If I gotta eat it, okay? And I like crispy onions. This is how I like my salad. So when you have that, I've covered the salmon, so I have a protein, I have all my little vegetables, and I'm gonna trip you out because I only have 4 croutons on here, okay? That's all you really need.
I need to tell Eddie that only 4 croutons.
Only 4 croutons. See this plate? Who has, where's she at? Tanya, how your plate look? You already finished yours? How your salmon over there looking, honey? What you make with yours, Tanya?
Tanya, you unmuted. We can hear you.
Oh, I made the cauliflower cauliflower rice with vegetables,
Let me
but I
see.
put my spinach inside of it.
You did. Oh yes, I love it. I love it.
Tanya, you have to take a picture before you eat in the plate. Take a picture.
Everybody's gonna take a picture of it because we need to
Okay.
post our product. What yours look like, Candy? Oh yeah, Candy. Oh, Candy cooked up some stuff down, Candy. Yes. Why you don't have no vegetables on yours? Why you don't have no vegetables? Why yours just look like you got lime juice on yours? Where your vegetables?
Mind your business. And look how small my plate is.
Candy. What's up with that? You see the salad, Candy? Can you see the salad?
Yes, because I was gonna get lettuce and I thought about what you said. So next time I'm gonna start buying those darker greens that you just spoke about. So I'm gonna
Daryl is gonna eat this plate because he loves to come in the house and say, "What we gonna eat?" So what I'm gonna do, and if you have family members that actually are working, y'all, and they have no time. See, I was trying not to lean over the stove, but if you have family members that have no time to waste, they come in the house, they're tired. It doesn't hurt to have the plate already made, and press and seal is in every store. Cover it with some press and seal, and then I see they got the little saran where you can just cover and snap over your plate. So this, now you can see a better light of the plate, a better light, but this is my whole plate. And it's pretty to put something orange or green on yellow on the plate, because you have green, I have green. So if I had some squash, I would have grilled some squash. It's fine on this plate. Everything is good on this plate. The yam will act as my starch. Let me show you, if you have any type rice, what I use to actually plate my rice. I'm gonna throw you all off on how we plate our rice. Ooh, where's that thing at? If I don't find it, I'll get another one.
I ain't never cooked a meal this fast before in my life. I think I did that. I feel like a pro.
Well, that's how you do it. How many of you all have ice cream scoopers? I have the bigger ones, but we usually, when you want to make a pretty plate, because when you go to a restaurant, we have measuring cups. You scoop your rice in there, just let it fall on your plate, and you have a perfected. These are what we use in culinary. Everybody, if anybody say they don't, and then I have the more expensive tool. This thing is expensive, and it does the same as a cookie cutter. That's all it is. Because what I do is I squeeze that item, I squeeze it in there and then let it go. It's a quick release. But this is expensive. We already have this, because if we put our starch in there and we pull up, we already have a pretty look, okay? So just a cookie cutter, just a regular cookie cutter. Because this is what you see, folks with culinary, they get all the extra, but you don't have to have the extra. You can do it square. They have square cookie cutters. They have heart shape. So if you're trying to do something romantic, do a heart shape scoop of whatever starch to non-starch you're doing, which is like the cauli rice and all that. Okay?
And they say a way to a man's heart.
Huh?
A way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So make the food in a heart shape, you just win them over.
How many of you when you go to restaurants and all, you know how you would feel if you saw a plate that wasn't pleasing? Do the same thing for your home. You want to make sure that food is pleasing to your heart, to your mind, to your family. When we eat food, we need to make sure we are in love with it, because I want your foot to be tapping when you eat my food. If you taste my dessert, I need your foot to be tapping. And if your foot's not tapping, because I'm gonna look down at your feet now. So make sure if you got to have your little toes done, have it done. Because I'm gonna look down and make sure that foot is tapping and doing like this when you try something I've done. So I shared just a little bit from me to you, showing you just small portions. You see, this did not take long. If you marinate a day ahead, you're done. And other ways that I cook my salmon. Now I told y'all about the butter, but the actual, I do have butter, but I told you about the butter substitute. The way I cook my salmon for me in this house, for me in my house, the seasonings I showed you with a little thyme is all I put in on my salmon when I blacken it. I take thyme, and I take these two seasonings, one of them, not both. These are the seasonings that I use. I use something blackening with a lower sodium, or I use the Creole, which is lower than salt, okay? So when you do that, pan and searing it, remember, 4 minutes, you could go a little bit over, but when you use blackening agents, you already know it's gonna darken it a little bit more, okay? So don't be afraid, because blacking is dark. So be all right with it. Know in your mind, you could do redfish, you could do cod. I like black cod. The only reason I use regular cod is if I'm doing fish and chips. But black cod is a good fish that has the texture of a salmon and it don't stink. Perch stinks, but to pull that stink out when I'm frying or doing anything like that, I actually soak it in buttermilk and mustard, okay? And then I toss it up. Yeah, buttermilk and mustard. Baby, that makes the best catfish. And you can actually put it in your air fryer. Air fryer is my BFF. If you have an air fryer or Instapot, you could get an air fryer oven, and that'll give you life. It roasts, it does dehydration and everything. It's only $100 and some on Amazon. That one will give you life. An Instapot will give you life. Because with me cooking for everybody, everything in this house got to be instant. And you see how fast we got that done, right? We got it fast. We made 2 pretty plates. This was mine, y'all. And then my husband has his plate, so I don't have to hear Candy's cousin, which, you know, she's my cousin, because we may as well be blood, say, sweetie, did you save me a plate? And before I even touch mine, I'm gonna take a picture. So I thank you all for allowing me to be a part of you all's life today on Ask the Expert Cooking with Fee. I just like Fee. She knows why, because I'm not one that's gonna hold on to titles, but I appreciate her giving me a revelation or a correction to what I always say. Thank you all, and I am Chef Fee. Thank you for allowing me to serve.
Okay, well, don't go anywhere. We want to ask you some questions. But go ahead and take your husband his plate. And
he ain't here yet. When he come in, he gonna have his plate.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna open the lines and we're gonna take maybe 2 or 3 questions, and then we'll move into the next part. So hang on 1 second. Let me unmute everybody.
I'm gonna take a picture while they doing it.
Yeah, can we eat? I'm hungry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
if you took a picture, you can only eat if you took a picture of your plate.
Oh, okay. And I'm drinking water with mine, y'all. And I didn't cook it with any salt. I didn't use any salt at all.
You know the lime juice has enough sodium in it.
It tastes great.
Because if you want to substitute anything for salt, you use lemon. Lemon juice actually is a substitute for salt.
Great, great. Okay, if you want to ask a question, unmute yourself and ask away.
And look, I put my lime on Daryl's, squeezing lime juice on his.
Any question from anyone, all you have to do is unmute yourself.
No questions?
Hold on. All right, so any questions? I have some questions, so just hang on a second. I was giving everybody else a chance.
Chef Fifi, I just want to say I enjoyed it today. I'm sitting with my grandmother, and really I didn't know I was supposed to actually be participating in this with you. But I want to try that meal because it looks delicious, and I'm gonna have to make my husband eat it because he don't eat fish. But I'm gonna make him do something. It looks delicious.
You do it with chicken. You just have to cook it like 7 to 8 minutes each side. So you can do it with chicken.
My grandmama said you did it with fish. I was trying to show her you cooking, and we just sitting here. I should have had it on the computer so she could have actually watched with me. But I have really enjoyed this. Yes, I eat that, but he wouldn't. Yeah, looks delicious.
Look, I bet you I can get it today.
We're gonna have to get together at Candy House.
I'm ready. You know, that's why I cook when I go to Candy House and cook.
All right, tell me when you're going. I'm gonna meet you there.
I sure would.
You also, Felicia, people I ain't seen in years gonna be visiting me when you come.
Say,
huh?
I said people that I haven't seen in years are gonna be wanting to knock on my door when you come.
Of course.
Now, what y'all can do, gonna show y'all what I have in here, but I don't eat. I got like what'll go good as a dessert with it is I'm gonna start making a low fat. You know how you like banana pudding? I used to do a low carb banana pudding fluff, and it only had sugars like Swerve is a little expensive, but if you're not doing a lot with it, but Swerve is at Walmart, any store has it. The granulated or the confection sugar is what I would use in place of like regular confection sugar. And I mix it up, and then the no sweetened whipped cream, and I put banana cream flavor in there. And I make me a fluff, and I'll be thinking I'm doing something. And if you eat strawberries, you can put strawberries on there, and I'll call it a strawberry banana dream, honey. You be up in heaven, just heaven. And you're not doing anything, and your system is actually loving you for not putting a lot of sugar in your body, because neuropathy and all that, sugar is mad at us. I've lost 106 pounds. I feel good about it. And we changed our lifestyle of eating. Daryl has been doing what I'm doing. He's lost 10 pounds without having any type of surgery. So I'm proud to say my husband has lost weight because he's putting in the work. And the work is changing his eating habits. You see this? And guess what? He get full eating half of this now. When your stomach shrink, you get full, honey. So you can have this for now and eat some for later. Any questions?
Yes, it's all about healthy eating. And for me, I just learned something today. I didn't have any salt in my veggies.
How was it?
I put this lime on there, and I'm like, that tastes great. Mm-hmm. And so we're gonna make sure that we have you back. I'm hoping you come back in Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Come back in November to show us how to cook dessert for Thanksgiving. That's my plan. So we'll have to get together, because I know during that time of year, it's impossible to get you.
No, it ain't. No, just call me. You know, I do whatever I want to do.
That's awesome. So one quick question that I do have for you. During this pandemic, they're saying that the average American has put on 16 pounds. That's a lot of weight. So what is some advice or something that you could share with us that you believe will help us to continue to eat healthy? Because sometimes people turn to emotional eating when things get stressful.
I'm ready for you. Okay. In my household, for me in my household, and it works for anybody's household, what you have to do is put things before you. Now, when you get that, you know, everybody talk crazy about the stimulus check and stuff. When people got the stimulus check, everybody went and spent the money. When you supply your household, supply it with things of wisdom. It hit everybody's house. So in my house, my husband, he's a snacker. So instead of me putting snack cakes in the house, I would put raw almonds. I would put, because I know he likes peanuts, and he likes Brazil nuts, which are very expensive, but he likes what he likes. So I keep a budget for them Brazil nuts, because that's what he likes to munch on. So instead of him chewing on chips, he's eating the actual Brazil nuts. I watch him, he's popping them. And then I make granola. So when you need that sweet, salty, and I use the brown sugar Swerve to make it now, I messed up and I put a little bit too much, because when I tell you that stuff act like a real sugar, you need to pull back. So I toss it with coconut sugar. That's the only one coconut oil, the granulated brown sugar. I put a little salted agent, which is kosher. I only use kosher. I put pecans in there. I put almonds in there. Whatever nuts I got, I toss it up in there, and then I bake it. And if you can use honey, put a local honey. I use a little bit of the apple syrup that I got. I don't forget where I put it. But if you use your local, and just put it in the oven on 375 for about 20 minutes. Toss it in 10 minutes.
Breaking up, Felicia.
Huh?
Your sound breaking up.
Can you hear me now? Let me move. Can you hear me?
Did somebody call you or something?
Nah, they may have. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you kind of went all the way out. I'm gonna give you just a second. I'm gonna give you a second to get it straight. So I turned your video off for a second so you can get right.
Can you hear me now?
Nope.
Okay, they didn't want me telling the truth.
Mm-mm. That's okay. Y'all, I just learned something else. You can't eat and talk. Oh, let me get a sip of water. We're gonna give Felicia a second to come back in. What I want, Kitty says her birthday is in November. So I think she's trying to say something that she wants maybe. No, we can't hear you. So anyway, I'm gonna give you a second. I'm gonna give a quick announcement. She's gonna call back in. We're gonna get Chef Fee to come back sometime in November to show us how to make some desserts for Thanksgiving. And because it is Kitty's birthday in November, we'll make sure that we have her on as well so we can give her some birthday wishes. So what I want to tell you guys really quick, next week, I want to bring up the flyer for next week real quick. And then we will, hang on one second, guys. I want to bring the flyer up really, really quick. I appreciate you guys' patience. I am really enjoyed you guys today. It's good to just hang out and do something different sometime. You know, I heard Pastor Tory Roberts this morning. He said, even during the pandemic, we should still be living life and enjoying life. And that is so true. He said, now we may have to modify how we do it, but we should still be living life. So on next week, if you can bring your attention to the screen, you'll see that we have, we're gonna have with us, we're gonna have Miss Faith Dickens. She is gonna talk to us. She is a certified counselor. She is a woman of faith. And so she's gonna talk to us about dealing with the effects of COVID-19. And then we're gonna also have Miss Ida May. She is a realtor with Keller Williams. She and I worked together at State Farm several years ago. So she and I became really good acquaintances. And so she's gonna come talk to us about real estate sales. Do not let this pandemic fool you. People are still buying homes, people are still selling homes. Life is still going about, but people are just doing it in a more modified, more safe way. And so she's gonna come talk to us about some of the ins and outs of the real estate. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta let Felicia back in, y'all. And so she's gonna come and talk to us about real estate. And then, like I said, Miss Faith is gonna talk to us about staying positive during the pandemic. So let me unmute Miss Felicia.
Am I okay now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I went out. Okay, well, I forgot where I left, but I know I was talking about what, the food. Doing the granola, having that as a snack, and I'm gonna show you the containers so you could actually see what I actually put them in for snacks for my household. You can find something like these smaller at Walmart, okay? So there's never an excuse for people not to have snacks, but you see his has almonds. So this is what I do. I try to make sure I have things that are gonna be snackable in the house. And because I've lost 100 pounds, I have to make sure my fruits, you're not eating grapes. Grapes have too much sugar. If you do bananas, try to do protein shakes in the morning if you can, because I make a bad one with some banana and peanut butter. So try to make you one, instead of ice cream, I told somebody I was gonna try to freeze my protein shake. So try to do things that are going to be, it's almost like replacing the norm. Because this right now, the way we're living, is a new normal for right now until everybody gets in line. So you really, instead of fried foods, go ahead and get your air fryer. And they have them on sale everywhere. So get things in front of you that's gonna help you succeed instead of that gain, because a lot of people have gained. I've seen some people blow up. So take as much dairy out of your life as you can while you can. Sacrificing 2 or 3 days will actually do your body good, okay? You said Kitty had a question too, then you can. Candy. I can't hear you, Candy. Candy.
Oh, I was on mute. My apologies. Kitty, do you have a question? She was saying her. Okay, there you go.
No, I was just telling her my birthday is in November.
Oh, are you trying to give me a hint here, Kitty?
A real big hint.
So did you cook it today, Kitty?
No, I'm actually at my computer, but I'm gonna watch the recording and do it because I have all my stuff downstairs.
Good. I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to,
And I will take a picture.
Well, I'm glad you will. Please take a picture before you tear into it, because while I was trying to get back into the scene, I was tearing it. I was like, "Woo, let me go!" And I was hoping I didn't have anything on my mouth because it was that good to me. So thank you all for allowing me to be. If you all have any more questions, I'm still here. But Candy, is back to you.
All right, you guys. So I am going to put Chef Fee website in the chat. And I want you all to go on her website and go down to the comment section, leave her a comment, share her page, talk about your experience today. Don't forget about the healthy tips that she gave us about replacing salt with lime and lemon. I mean, it actually, I was like, this really does taste better. So anything that you learned today, how if you had fun doing it, or if this was a new dish for you, or if this is something you cooked before, share your experience with us. Go to our website, the aklegacyfoundation.org. Find out more about what we do and how we're serving our community. And then also go on Chef Fee's social media page. Follow her, guys. You definitely want to follow her. I'm going to give you, she has her professional page. I'm going to put that in the chat. And she also has her personal page, which I'm sure she doesn't mind us following her at all. And I want to thank every one of you for taking time out of your middle part of your day. And I know this was much better than an interview because you're now eating. If for those of you who are taking your lunch break with us, make sure that whenever you take your picture and you post it to your social media, tag Chef Fee, tag the AK Legacy Foundation, tag me. And that way we can bring more awareness to our foundation, and we can bring more awareness to healthy eating, better choices. One thing I can say during the pandemic, I probably have had sweet tea maybe once or twice. And even then I was mixing it with either water or half unsweetened, or I was just drinking unsweetened tea. So I have changed a few habits. I'm exercising now every day except Sunday. I'm walking at least a mile or two every day. And I go to the gym to work out 3 times during the week. So not just changing our eating habits, but getting more active, being concerned about our heart, and just taking a better care for ourselves. Go on Chef Fee's website. She has a section on there, Crave Life. She talks about how she was able to, her weight loss journey, and just have a turn for the better. And then she'll also share some of her charitable donation experiences with us. And to Tanya, because she was actively participating, we're gonna bless her. The AK Legacy Foundation is gonna bless her with some Crave Life gear. That is one of Chef Fee's, that is her personal brand line, where she's promoting healthy eating, talking about her heart, her journey with her heart issue, why she had to lose the weight. It wasn't a matter of, not trying to get all cute and fine like she is now, but it was more so about having a healthy heart so that she can be here to continue to share with us, and then to be able to do it with a great quality of life. You don't want to just be here. Jesus died for us to have life and have it more abundantly. And so the abundant life is good health. You want to be able to enjoy the things, to be able to move about and do things. And I know I really want to take better care, and I have been putting it off. But during the birth of my granddaughter, I was like, I got to be around for a while, little chicka, I got to see how she goes, what she's going to do when she grow up. I want to see her kids, so I got to be in great health so that I can be around and that I can enjoy. I want to get out there and play with her. I don't want to, just be limited because I'm older in age. I want to be in great health, just so, you know, and I want to, you know, continue to enjoy my kids as well. But y'all know my grandbaby has taken over. So I want to be here. So we want to start thinking about more about what we're consuming. It is so true. We are what we eat. I hadn't had chocolate like in probably about 2 months. And I hadn't had any sugar, real. Can't even think of, besides maybe some tea, but might have been the sweetest thing I had. And I ate, let me show y'all what I ate. And I'm gonna show y'all what it did. So I said, okay, well, this is a little piece. Y'all, I ate this little piece, this little thing. I had to go take a nap. And anybody that knows me knows I don't take naps. This sugar put me out. This little bitty thing. No shade to the company. This is actually some good candy. If you're gonna eat it, you know, eat something that's at least, you know, it's not no cheap candy. Trust me. You see this package, you paid a good penny for it. But it actually made me sleepy. So, you know, it just lets me know that Felicia is gonna get us up on, I'm gonna ask her to send me over some suggestions, and I'll make sure that everyone that registered, that we get a list of some healthy options. I'll get with her and we'll work with her on that through the AK Legacy Foundation. We do teach financial literacy and business development, but none of that is any good if we're not in good health. So I will get with her at a later date, and I'll get a list together to email everybody, say, hey, here's some healthy options. And the food tastes great. I mean, this is good. I don't know about y'all. So we're gonna sign off. We wanna thank Chef Fee for, once again, for gracing us, not with just her culinary skills, but her energy and her joy. And we appreciate you. And I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Go back and watch the replay. Check it out later today or tomorrow. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on the aklegacyfoundation.org website, and it'll also be on Chef Fee's website as well. So we look forward to seeing you guys back here next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Bring your pen and your paper. We are going to learn some more things as well. You all have a blessed day.